Heroes Save Money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at daystirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Roy Raybon, we have Brandon Edgar. So we're here for bond modification here. Come on up. Do you want to approach? Yes, Your Honor. Can we approach him, please? Sure.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top
Just summarize for the record what the changes that you're requesting and the state's response.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Egger's case, that's 23 CF 1881. Ms. Rayvon has done a motion to modify the conditions of Mr. Egger's bond for removing the GPS and allowing no violent contact with his wife and his child. The state stipulating those modifications,
and as a condition of his bond, Mr. Edgar will participate in drug and alcohol and mental health treatment.
All right.
Correct, Your Honor, and we'll provide the order to the court and also provide proof that he did the substance abuse evaluation on August the 23rd, as well as the psychological evaluation on September the 12th. And
Is pretrial services involved with this? Didn't you say he was up?
Correct.
He live up in Georgia?
Correct.
So how can pretrial services monitor up?
I think he's been doing it over the phone.
I've been calling him.
They can monitor people out of state.
Okay. We just don't understand if there's any violations of the pretrial conditions. We'll go back. We'll be changing this. This is Yes, sir, absolutely.
Tricky situation. We want to make sure that everybody's protected.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, the state did have contact with the victim, who is also the representative for the child in this situation. And this was her suggestion. She requested this, so this is with the stipulation of victim.
And just for the court, they do have an open DCF case that has been closed as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And I'll tell you what they have to do in respect to getting this implemented. The next case I have is Seth Black, Your Honor. May I approach?
You may. Thank you. Would you please announce the plea?
Yes, sir. It's case number 22-CF2517. He's currently charged with count 1, fleeing or attempting to elude. It's my understanding the state's going to be filing amended information. The state's going to be null crossing count 1. He's going to be pleading no contest to count 2, which is resisting without violence. Adjudication of guilt, 12 months of probation at $50 a month.
Hold on a second. I'm just trying to, I'm reading your thing, make sure, is it count 1? Okay. It implies these are new information, but it doesn't say that.
I just found out this morning that they were going to be amending.
All I want to do is make sure this is accurate, which is what's being agreed to.
Understood.
That's all I'm trying to do. Okay. It doesn't say what count 2 and count 3 are in this. You got to say what it is. And it's a new. What they're saying is that the state's going to amend.
So I'm chasing something that only has count 1 on there.
That's why I'm raising this.
I understand that, but Judge, I just found out this morning the state's going to be orally amended.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to get it clear. I can't have an agreement that's not clear what the agreement is. It's not. I'm not just trying to get from A to B. Can we even enter into an agreement? Hold on, I'm asking the state. Can we enter into an agreement on information that has not yet been filed?
I suggested she orally amend it.
Well, Your Honor, I think that the only solution that I had when we came up with what misdemeanor counts he was going to plead to was that I announced that I will be filing an amended information. I think that that's possible, but the clerk is looking at me like that's not possible.
This is all I've got for the official record. And it has count 1, fleeing or elude. I don't have a count 2 and 3. I don't.
Are they able to?
So that's what the sentence is going to go on, and this is what's going to go on the official record.
And the clerk is saying exactly what I'm saying.
Is it possible that he comes back on Monday or Tuesday, Mr. Yvonne, and I can...
I'm sorry?
Is it possible he comes back on Monday? We have court on Monday and Tuesday. If we put this case on Monday or Tuesday, is it possible you and your client come and I can file the amended information before court?
I'm not sure now when I get my phone, because I just recently had a baby and I have a babysitter that's coming in, so I don't know if I have something available that day.
Well, and we can even do a plain extension.
Yeah, we can do a PIA, because he's pleading a misdemeanor, doesn't even think about that.
We can do a plea. If we, Your Honor, could we put this case on a status on next Tuesday, and then we can have Ms. Rayvon do a plea and extension so her and her client don't have to be here?
And then I can just file it.
Say next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday is the next miscellaneous date we have, Your Honor, I think.
Tuesday? Okay. That's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
That might be easier for you.
So what we're doing, we're just continuing it until October 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we'll get that filed with the court. And you do want someone present on my behalf to read it into the record, correct?
Is it all misdemeanor?
Correct.
It's all misdemeanors, then it can be filed.
It simply can be filed.
It doesn't even have to come before the court.
Okay, perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
They have to be prints.
Okay.
Yeah, so they may have to go to. Good morning.
Ricky Darwin on behalf of Antonio Bell Betts, 23 CF 403 and 19 CF 1261.
Okay. This was from yesterday, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me that case number again.
23 CF 403 and 19 CF 1261. Your Honor, Mr. Bell Betts is present. He has asked me to withdraw from his case. The state does not object. I do have an order on the motion to withdraw, Judge.
We need to bring this defendant back. I need to do a call. We don't have time for this more, but I'll accept your withdrawal. He has every right to fire you.
1:30, Your Honor. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Can we come back at 1:30?
Thank you, counsel. Oh, okay. Thank you. Mr. Elwood.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Jim Arrow representing Micah Hagan, 2019 CF 423. Judge, may I approach?
You may.
I've got a draft of agreement.
It'll be allowed in my office before I can get.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Hagan is before the court on a motion to request early termination for probation. He entered a plea on September 3rd of 2020, was placed on 60 months probation. And just before that, if I can advise the court, he was actually on pre-trial release that was supervised, and 10 or 11 months of that was actually with a monitor, and there was no violations at that time. He's completed all the requirements of probation, including all the fines. His supervising officer, Tiffany Rose, has been contacted, and she has no objection to this, Your Honor. Also, my client would like to speak with the court, and his mother is here as well. She would like to speak to the court. He does have a support system. His father would have been here as well, but he couldn't get off work today, Your Honor, to speak to the court.
Before I hear from the defendant, what's the state's position?
The state is opposed. Judge, I have reviewed the file. Motion for early termination was filed back in March of this year, and it was denied by this court at that time. At that time, we spoke with the victim, and the victim made it very clear this case originated with a sexual battery upon her. She was upset that this case was pled down to felony battery in the very first place, and she was upset that he only got 5 years of probation. So she was very disappointed that he was trying to terminate at that time. The state was opposed at that time for the same reasons. I've attempted to contact the victim. I've been unsuccessful. However, in my voicemail to her, I let her know that I've reviewed the file, and I suspect that her position is the same as it was back in March. And I said that if she has had a change in that position, to contact me. But apart from that, I would be standing here today saying that the state's position is that he should not be allowed to early terminate, because frankly, he's gotten enough bang for his buck at this point, and that he signed on for 5 years of probation, and the state wants 5 years of probation after this defendant.
And Judge, if I can reply very briefly to that.
Sure.
Just part of the agreement was that he was allowed to request early termination. Now, With that being said, I understand the seriousness of the original charge, and so does my
Was
client.
that part of the plea agreement?
Yes, yes, sir. It was.
Well, Judge, when I read that...
Hold on a second. Let me actually, do you have a copy of the actual agreement?
Judge, I don't. It was Mr. Okaloosa. Now Judge Okaloosa was the attorney at that time. It was my understanding.
Give me the case number.
Judge,
Hold on.
2019.
Oh, slow down. Go ahead.
2019 CF 423.
Our computer systems aren't efficient here. Apologies.
Yes, sir. My client is aware of the seriousness of the original charges, but there was extensive discovery done in this case. Because of the evidence that was gained through the discovery of all the depositions, there was a negotiation, and the state was satisfied with that, as well as my understanding of the victim, or they would have entered into that. But for the fact of the evidence, again, that was gained through the discovery, my client pled to the felony battery.
I'm going to hear from you again, but let's hear from the defendant.
Okay, Mr. Hagan.
Good morning, Your Honor, and thank you for the opportunity to be here and speak. I have a letter written to you. I'm going to go ahead and read.
I'm sorry?
I have a letter written here. I'm just going to read from.
Okay.
You wrote that, Judge.
I wrote it myself.
Getting nervous, so he did this to help.
Yes.
That's fine.
Put his thoughts into words.
Dear Judge Ketchum, Your Honor, I am writing to request your consideration for an early release from probation. Since my sentencing, I have fulfilled and complied with all the terms imposed upon me. The stigma I face with my mental illness and sentencing has been a challenge to my emotional and mental well-being. Nonetheless, I have been principled in life, striving to be a law-abiding citizen and mentor to others. I have maintained steady employment and paid all my fines in addition to starting college. I've been in therapy with an efficient regimen beneficial to my mental illness. I understand the gravity of the accusations placed against me. For my part in this matter, I am deeply disheartened and repentant for any pain I may have caused. My intention is not to condone my actions, but to acknowledge my mental disorder and take accountability in my role. I am eager to improve and grow into my role as a partner, mentor, and follower of Christ. Considering recent affairs, I respectfully ask you to take into consideration the extenuating circumstance I have faced and grant my early release. I am ready to achieve my full potential and rebuild my life during these difficult years. Thank you for your time and attention to my appeal system.
What are the recent affairs and the extenuating circumstances you faced?
I've been going through mental health treatment. I've completed it maybe a month ago. It was
That's part of your probation, right?
yes, sir, but I had completed, I believe, what was originally imposed upon me, and I continue to do more just to make sure I get better, basically.
Has there been any violations along the way?
Judge, there was an allegation of a violation back in May, but it was dismissed based upon the facts of the case.
Judge, earlier there was a statement by Mr. Arrowood that the state was satisfied with 5 years. And I would say that that is what we bargained for, was 5 years. And if you look at the agreement, specifically it said that the defendant waived his statutory right to automatic termination of probation, but may petition the court for early termination. That tells me that when the state negotiated this, they were concerned about early termination at that time. And the state is still concerned. The state is satisfied with 5 years, not 3, a little over 3, which is where we're at right now, because he pled in September of 2020. So, Judge, the state is strongly opposed, the victim is strongly opposed, and that's what I would like the court to know today.
And Judge's mother would still like to speak at the court and consider that in consideration.
Just to put a final mark on it, I would say that the defendant doesn't get bonus points for doing what he was already obligated to do, which was get the psychosexual evaluation and also get other psychological and mental health treatment. You don't get bonus points for doing what you're legally ordered to do by this court. And it sounds like he completed that a month ago. So, Judge, I would say that there's substantial reason to keep him on probation and continue supervising him at this point.
Well, Judge, what my client was explaining to the court is he completed what was the minimum what was required of him, and he went beyond that, is what he was trying to, what he mentioned to the court.
Yes, Your Honor, I had all of the evaluations done probably within the first 2 or 3 months of my sentencing of probation, and I just continued to go through treatment and therapy and other things like that.
So he just didn't end it once he finished it, Judge. He continued to go beyond what was required.
You wish to call
the mother, yes,
the defendant's mother?
Yes, sir, if I may. Yes, me right there, so she can.
No, she's going to come up from the witness stand.
Okay.
Now, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please be seated. Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you state your name for the court?
I don't have that letter. My name is Tony Hagan.
And I was going to ask you that next. Did you have a letter to help you with your memory? And
I did.
Because you get nervous?
I'm very nervous.
And Judge, a copy's been provided to the state as well as the court.
May I approach?
You may.
Here's a copy.
Thank you.
And there's a statement that you wrote that you wanted to inform the court about.
Yes.
Okay, would you please do that?
Certainly. Basically, I wrote this letter in hopes that I would get this opportunity, so thank you. I'm writing on behalf of my son, Micah Chase Hagan. As you're aware, he has been in the court system for quite some time and is requesting early release from his probation period. He's met all of the conditions of his probation, as well as worked very hard to improve his life for the future. I would like to shed some light on the personal aspects of who Micah really is. He's an intelligent, loving, witty, and God-fearing, beautiful person. He has always been loving, and giving, and still is, by giving anything and everything he has to anyone in need. He's become reaffiliated with the Catholic Church and is attending Mass several times weekly, including confessions, which gives him joy and contentment. Micah has maintained a loving relationship with a beautiful and intelligent young lady that fully supports and believes in him. Micah has been strong enough to recognize his mental health needs, and he's held strong to getting treatment to reduce and cancel the side effects of the illness, such as ECT, which is electroconvulsive therapy, counseling, and various medications. My hopes are that you can see the value and strength Micah has to fight against mental health by having the ability to recognize when he needs help and to seek it from this support system. He has in place his family and loved ones within that support system. He is deserving of the freedom that comes with not being on probation and from under the accusations that have followed it. He is a wonderful young man that also deserves to have the ability to continue working toward a successful future and to be free of this almost 8-year struggle. Micah has proven his ability and drive to overcome these issues. As any loving parent would be, I'm very proud of how Micah has accomplished so much with all that he has had to endure, and I have full faith that he is and will be an outstanding for any community. Respectfully, thank you.
Ms. Hagan, does Micah still live with you?
He does.
So you see him every day?
Just about every day.
Do you have any concerns with him?
No, I don't. With mental illness, he's going to strive with this for the rest of his life. But he has a support system and a belief and respect and trust in us that if he feels under the weather, he talks to us about it. We seek further counseling and we seek other aspects. His girlfriend has no issue calling me and saying, Micah's under the weather, he's depressed. We call, we talk about it, we seek help. I don't have any fears about Micah. He struggled and he deserves the freedom.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge, unless the court or the state has any questions for the mother.
I don't have any questions for her.
Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
That's all we have, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
Judge, in closing, I would just like to reiterate that I understand that this defendant has gone and sought the mental health treatment that he was obligated to attain by this court. But I'd like to point out, on the topic of mental health issues, that the victim is going to have to live with what he did to her for the rest of her life, and he should not be allowed to early terminate from his obligations under the agreement that he agreed to. So for that, I'd like the court to consider that. Thank you.
Very good. First of all, when people are placed on probation, very frequently during colloquies talk with them about encouraging them to be successful, wanting them to be successful. And I'll continue to say that we want people that are on probation to be successful and to re-enter society and do that. And I appreciate the fact that you've done so. However, were very serious charges that were entered into. You specifically waived the right for early termination, although you had the right to petition. And the court believes that the deal that was entered into was the deal that was entered into, and based on the victim's issues previously stated, as well as the severity of this whole the event that led us here, of course, going to deny the motion for early termination. But we want you to, hopefully you're successful, continue to be successful, and continue to do what you need to do on probation.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Consideration.
Thank you for consideration.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Ms. Merrifield?
She's a liar.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, as Ms. Marigold approaches this case of Foy.
Yes, ma'am.
May we approach, Your Honor, for Mr. Foy's case?
And Judge, this will be Casey Foy, 21 CF 288.
Okay, hold on. So yes, you may.
Thank you.
Hold on. Well,
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualifying heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at daystirepros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Nopes.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
First case I have is Brandon Eubanks. Judge, we had set Mr. Eubanks' case for a bond here in 23 CF 1815, but we've had some additional information come to light. I think the state may have an announcement.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Eubanks' case, that's 23 CF 1815. Yet late yesterday, the state received a call from Investigator Jennings, who investigates this case, that he had sent the drugs that are the subject of the charges in this case to the DEA laboratory, and that they came back from the DEA laboratory no controlled substance. So the state is unable to prove this case at this time, and the state has no choice but to dismiss these charges at this time.
So the state's announcing a null pros on both counts?
That's correct, Judge.
Very good.
No objection, Judge.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
You have another case, Mr.
I've got Karen Heiler. Asked yesterday to add her.
What's the case number?
Judge, there's two case numbers.
Give me the oldest one.
22 CF 658.
Go ahead.
So the 22 CF 658 is a case that's been pending. We're finally getting it closer to resolution. Because she was arrested on the new case number 23 CF 1429, the bond on the previous case got revoked. Judge, we're asking the court to consider reinstating her bonds on the first case, and additionally, we're asking that the court modify her bonds on the new case. The reason being is the new case, the bonds she can't afford. The other bonds were signature bonds. She's got a number of different health issues, and we just need to get her out so she won't continue to suffer at the jail. As you can see, she's in a wheelchair and having problems.
State.
Your Honor, the state is opposed to a reduction in Ms. Heiler's bond. I do understand that there were some medical issues that there are some medical issues that Ms. Heiler does have. However, the state is concerned, obviously, about her getting a new charge while she's out on bond, which is the reason that her bond was revoked in the first case. I have also spoken to the victim in the new case, and he
What's the new case number?
23 CF 1429. In that case, Your Honor, Ms. Heiler is charged with grand theft, dealing in stolen property, and burglary of an unoccupied structure. The victim in that case, his input to the court was that he does understand that she may have medical issues. However, he is concerned about her getting a new charge while she's out on bond, and also he did want the court to know that
he did feel extremely violated by what she did to him. So he said that his heart feels for her if she has medical issues. However, he is concerned about her ability to comply with the conditions of any bond the court might impose.
Hold on just a second, Mr. Mopes. Mr. Knight.
Judge, the new case is really just a confusing set of circumstances. There were items in a storage unit type thing, but clearly she didn't go there and take anything. She got caught up in some of these other people in Destin who represented certain things to her, and she posted a for sale of some of the items on Facebook Marketplace, but she was told by these other people that there was nothing illegal about it. Well, she didn't understand stuff had been taken from somebody. But that's more or less, it's just a very confusing, convoluted story about the new case. And again, we're close to resolving one way or the other. The old case was waiting on some videos, and the state produced them too. Not waiting. I guess they had sent them, but for some reason they weren't in my system, and so they re-sent them.
So what was the original? Tell me, give me the sequence of the bonds.
So, Judge, can we approach?
Sure.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Quero te ver brilhar, quero te ver Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Court will reinstate the signature bonds on the older case, give me the case number, and on the new case, the court's going to have the bond be changed to a signature bond. Ma'am, that'll allow you to get out. You need to stay out of trouble. You come back in jail on another one, they ain't gonna let you out.
It's not gonna happen.
You understand?
Yes, sir, I do. I understand. We know those people.
Okay, thank you very much. Go get me in order.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, sure.
There's a room here.
Okay.
What were the case numbers on this?
Your Honor, it's 22 CF 658, it's a trafficking case, and then 23 CF 1429, that's the new case.
Okay. Mr. Swiatek, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Is Mr. Swiatek?
Yep, that's Mr. Wilson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Glenn Swiatek for Ian Wilson. That's EIAN 2021 CF 1520. Mr. Wilson's in custody. I'll hear you momentarily.
you
Your Honor,
announce?
this is Ian Wilson before the court. I was going to ask for continuance in this matter, but I've been able to work it out this morning with the state. I don't have a written plea agreement, but we can announce it on the record.
Okay, you gonna get me a written agreement?
Eventually.
I'm sorry?
It's just a reinstate, add 60 community service hours to be served, no less than 6 hours per month, and a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay. Counsel?
Judge, those terms are correct. He'd also have to complete the original terms of probation. He scores approximately 31 points, so this would not be a downward departure. I don't think it would be because we're reinstating him anyway. But if the court would pass him, I can get a written agreement between the three of us, and that way we're leaving a good record.
Let's do that.
1:30?
Pardon? You just want to come back at 1:30? Would that work for you? What's most convenient for you?
Just probably to stay. I've got Judge Brown at 2:30. I was going to hide in one of the side rooms and do some research for this afternoon.
Okay.
If we could do it this morning.
Yeah, I think that if I just get a blank plea agreement, then I can go ahead and fill it out.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
So, end of the line this morning, yeah. Right this week. Right, Mr. Wilson, you have to come back home now this morning. Right, did you guys know you had a lot of background? Right now, are you mental? Just let them know that Ian Wilson will need to come back this morning around 3 o'clock.
You want to try to do some of these without his Is Teresa Davis here? Steve?
One moment, Judge. I believe that this is Ms. Sharp's case.
Davis. Teresa Davis.
You're not seeing this?
She's not here. You asking for a capias?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or we'll grant a capias without? With no bond. Is Zachary Brunson here?
I don't see Mr. Brunson responding to the court's call.
Okay, and let's just for the record, for Teresa Davis, that's case number 20 CF 1192 and 20 CF 2048. These are both violations of probation. First time on.
Just for the court's information, Your Honor, Ms. Davis is in Santa Rosa County Jail.
Thank you very much for telling me.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do we need to do? You want to continue this? What do we want to do?
Your Honor, if we can continue this, and I don't know if she has a public defender in Santa Rosa County, but since she has no attorney on these violations, she's in jail, we might want to provisionally appoint the public defender.
Sure, I agree. So we'll appoint the public defender, and why don't we come back November 21st?
November 14th is available. I looked at the wrong slot yesterday, and you have the availability, Your Honor.
Are we still on November on the 21st also?
Yes, sir. Still
Okay.
available.
We'll do November 21st.
You can immediately schedule for that day.
Sure. Okay, thank you, probation, for giving us that information. Okay. Again, Zachary Brunson, and that's case number 23 CF 436, 23 CF 475, 2 violations of probation. Any information on Mr. Brunson? Obviously, he's not here.
No, the state doesn't have any information, Your Honor, but just because probation brought up that Ms. Davis was in jail, I just want to look at the notice he received before. It does look like, Your Honor, that the notice for Your Honor, on 8/22, it looks like Mr. Brunson was here, and he was late at that time. The court issued a capias, but it was withdrawn when he showed up, and the defendant told the court that he planned to hire a private attorney. And then we set it for, it looks like this date. Yes.
Very good. The court will issue a no bond capias. Clayton Glover, 23 CF 222. Can you check notice on that one also, counsel, while we're at it?
I can check.
Okay.
Mr. Godwin? When I checked Mr. Glover's notice, it just says TBA appearance on the ROR.
It says what?
TBA.
Well, but Judge, I also looked at the notice of appearing, or those two appear, that was sent on September 28th this year, and it says he has to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning on today's date. So I would say that he's had notice.
Well, I would also say we don't know if he got service or not. We just know that they mailed notice to him, but we know what he did get showed TBA. That I can guarantee he knew because that's what he signed on the paperwork.
If he was noticed to be here earlier, he was noticed to be here. So he had a capias that was withdrawn the last time too, so the court called him not quite as sympathetic.
Mr. Glover? Or the previous one, Mr. Brunson, that was the one, I thought Mr. Glover.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about Glover.
I'm talking about Glover.
Okay. We're both talking about Glover.
Okay. So that was not the one where there's a previous. I'm going to issue a capias on this. No bond. Would the state announce for Mr. Godwin? Mr. Godwin?
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Godwin.
Would the state announce whose case?
This is State versus Christopher Godwin, case number 23 CF 682. He's accused of possession of controlled substances. Oh, this is a violation of probation, Judge.
Right.
I do not see him in the room.
He's here.
Yeah, he is. He's right there.
Mr. Godwin. So, Mr. Godwin, this is, you're here on the first, essentially this is like an arraignment on your violation of probation. So technically a new charge, so you have the right to have an attorney appointed. You want to have an attorney appointed? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So the court's going to enter, appoint you the public defender, and I'm going to enter a denial of your violation of probation, okay? That'll preserve your rights. If you're saying no, the state's got to do it. So you have a chance to meet with your attorney, and we'll come back on 11/21, November 21st at 9 a.m. You have a chance to meet with your attorney and figure out where you're going with this, okay? Okay. Any questions?
Your Honor, is there an offer for Mr. Glover he can consider?
It's a OCJ offer of 9 months. He would be adjudicated and have to pay a VOP fee, but we would revoke and terminate his probation at that point.
The offer I have is 6.
Oh, that's enough. Okay, then it would be 6 months. I apologize. I must have made a mistake.
Just so Mr. Glover's aware, I want to make sure, because he's in custody, and we're going to be about a month out, and the offer is 6 months county jail.
Okay. Okay. So, they're just kind of letting you know what...
I'm Mr. Godwin. I'm not Glover.
Or Mr. Godwin, I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay. We know you're
Apologize, it's actually,
you misspoke your name.
we've got, we were all confused this morning. Yes, Your Honor, the offer is 9 months from Mr. Godwin. I will make a note on that and talk with him at the jail.
That would be correct. I wrote down 9 months. Oftentimes, Mr. Gates and I talk about cases that might be applied to him, so I thought that's where the confusion came from, but it is 9 months.
So for today, you're entering a denial, you're getting an attorney, get a chance to meet with your attorney, figure out what your options are, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Godwin.
Bring out Jackson.
Mr. Jackson?
Yeah.
Mr. Jackson?
Would the state announce these new violations?
Yes, Judge. This is State versus Keith Jackson, case number 13 CF 24, 13 CF 25, and 13 CF 39.
So, Mr. Jackson, these are 3 new violations of probation. And first of all, these are technically new charges.
Yes,
So you have the right to have an attorney appointed?
Yes, sir.
You wish to have an attorney appointed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to appoint the public defender in each of the 3 cases. You still got to fill out the form and all that. And I'm going to also enter a denial. And that preserves your right, gives you a chance to talk with your attorney, figure out where you're going.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
come back on November 21st to discuss it further, unless Mr.
Mr. Jackson also on the afternoon docket in 23 CF 2027.
This afternoon's docket?
Yes, Your Honor. At this
Is that
time,
on the arraignment docket?
it is, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I see they have these links. Would you like a copy of the information?
We can take it. I'm sure Mr. Jackson's well aware of the mistakes charged him with because he and I talked about it.
Okay. So, Mr. Gates, are you entering a
Not guilty, yes, Your Honor. And if we can have all his cases scheduled for December the 13th.
Okay, very good.
I know the court's been doing the 21st. I'm trying to keep that
Sure.
light
That's
for
fine.
myself just to be safe.
12/13. So we'll come back, continue these on our next formal pre-trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come on, Mr. Switek, can we get Mr. Wilson back out? Or
Yes, sir.
I know it's tedious on this paperwork, but man, it makes it so much better when you got a clean document in the file that when you're trying to look back on it.
Makes it harder for my 3850 cases.
Yes, I know. Or easier depending on the viewpoint. Okay, would you re-announce the case, Mr. Switek, and tell us what we're doing here?
Yes, Your Honor, this is case number 21 CF 1520, State versus Wilson. Mr. Wilson's going to sign this plea agreement right here. And I have read the plea agreement to him because he can't read it through the screen.
Right.
And he's familiar with all the terms. The terms are, today's date, 10/12. That he be adjudicated guilty of the violation, be reinstated, perform 60 community service hours, no less than 6 hours per month. There'll be a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And if I didn't say it, he has to complete all his original requirements.
Okay. Any additional fees and costs? And always trying to get more fees and costs.
The DOP fee is $100.
It's all right. Is the state in agreement?
That's correct, Judge. And I'm not sure if it's been said yet, but he is entering into this without having the benefit of having received discovery.
Right. Very good. Mr. Wilson, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So I just want to make sure you've heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and you've signed the written plea agreement. Have you gone over it with your attorney, make sure you understand? It's a pretty straightforward deal, but do you understand kind of the new terms of the probation?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay. And you understand that by entering this to be a final resolution, you're waiving the right to go to a trial?
Yes, sir.
And you've had all your legal questions answered by Mr. Swiatek?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Based on that, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt if there hasn't been previously on the underlying charges. Reinstate probation with 60 hours of community service to be served. This is in addition to all of the original terms and conditions.
Yes, sir.
And then community service, no less than 6 hours per month. And then there'll be a new curfew, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then, of course, always have the fees, $100. Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Swat. I appreciate you staying around.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, DeMarco Smith. DeMarco Smith here. Can somebody see if he's gotten proper notice, since that nobody appears to be showing up who doesn't have an attorney or isn't in jail? This is 16 CF 1182.
Judge, it does look like notice was sent on October 2nd, so some 10 days ago.
Okay. What is the state requesting?
Well, one moment, Judge. I'm just making sure that there's nothing in conflict with that.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure Mr. Gates would point it out if there was.
No, Your Honor, I'm just curious what docket image 190 would be, because it says proof of order to appear filed, but nothing's uploaded. I would also let the court know Judge Brown's also doing VOP arraignments this morning, so there's a good chance some of these guys may be in the wrong courtroom.
And if they are, I certainly will remove the case. What was the document?
190.
And the one
October 3rd.
Not the case I'm looking at. 16 CF 1182?
Yes, Your Honor. On October the 3rd, it says file proof of order to appear for VOP with defendant's signature, but there's nothing there.
Because
There's
you
no
don't
image.
have access to the case. Sir, you should have access to it. Did you see the document?
I had the wrong number was entered on my behalf, my bad. See it, hold on. 1182.
The clerk's office can't see the image that they uploaded?
I can see it right here.
I cannot.
Well, that's what I'm saying, maybe because you're not on the case.
But Madam Clerk could say she sees the image and there's a date and a signature on there, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's the date and the signature on there?
I was just, you said there wasn't an image there, so that's as far as.
On mine.
Yeah.
All right, then, the offender signed it on October 3rd, and probation has, let's see what court date we're on, October 12th.
Yeah.
today. Sorry, there was a lot of information on
No,
yours.
I'm of course reviewing as well and confirms that. So court will issue a no bond KPS. Okay. Mr. Harper? I guess you're right.
We've got a couple cases today.
Sure.
First one is Jimmy Case.
Mr. Case, to election.
Judge, this is Mr. Case. He's before the court on 22 CF 1820. Just procedurally where we're at, this is set for sentencing. He had previously signed a plea agreement with previous counsel. After that was filed, I was then appointed, and so we're just here for sentencing. I've spoken with Mr. Case. It's our understanding after speaking with the state that he scores about 23 months. If the court is amenable to sentencing into guidelines, I believe the state is okay with the sentence to guidelines. If the court is receptive to that, we could proceed forward to sentencing today at this moment.
Is that different than what the plea agreement said?
The plea agreement, Judge, was just an open plea to the bench.
Okay. That was never filed. That was never. Was that accepted? I didn't. When was it filed?
I believe it was filed in July. It's been a bit.
So is the state? I guess is the state. Have you all had some discussions?
We
about
did, and
that?
that's accurate, Your Honor.
Is the state
Acceptable.
in agreement
Yes.
to do guidelines?
Yes, Your Honor.
Minimum guidelines, of course.
If that's acceptable to the court, Judge.
If the state is in agreement, the court would sign off on it. Do we want to try and kind of paper it?
Well, he's already filed there should be a plea agreement. I'm trying to pull up the exact date.
Okay. What are guidelines, just for the form? Have we filed the score sheet?
So the guideline, I do have a score sheet I can print out for the court. It's 23.3 months. Your Honor.
And we would stipulate to that amount, Judge. If the court can announce sentencing, I think he's ready to proceed.
Very good. Sir, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So earlier you pled to the court, so it's basically, and there's been an agreement apparently with the state. It's a little bit unusual because you're agreeing after you've entered a plea to the bench, but as long as both the state and yourself, the defense through your attorney, are in agreement that the minimum guidelines, the state has just verbally said they're going to provide to the court. The minimum guidelines, have you verified the 23.3 is the appropriate minimum guideline for the score sheet?
Yes, sir. The state and I went over that this morning, and it's primarily due to his prior.
So that's the minimum guidelines based upon the score sheet. You know, it's very, your attorney's gone over it with you what that means. So based upon that, you're in agreement with that?
Yes, sir.
You're good with that? So based upon the agreement with the state and the defense, the court will approve the minimum guideline sentence and sentence you to 23.3 months. DOC, you will get credit for all time served.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything further? Do we need any fees or costs that need to be?
Whatever the applicable court costs are, I think the VOP fees. And Your Honor, we would ask that those court costs be reduced to judgment.
So ordered.
Community control.
Revoking term.
Revoking community control.
Thank you. Court will order that the community control be revoked and terminated. So you're done with your with probation, when you get out, you're done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I will print the score sheet if it's okay with Mr. Harper, and I'll provide it.
So this was community control, not probation, because the paperwork says probation. I have to put it on the JNS.
Let me double check, and I'm showing the community control.
Yes, sir. Because it's a JNS, I have to know, so I can get it typed up correctly.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I'm showing community control.
Stephen James.
Judge, this is Stephen James. He's before the court on some violations of probation, 21 CF 1159 and 21 CF 1666. Judge, we were recently appointed on this case, I believe a week and a half ago. The state and I have just entered into negotiations about possible pleas, and I don't think we're able to resolve it this morning. What I'd like to do is enter denial, set this for another court date. The state and I will continue to talk, and hopefully we'll come to an agreement.
Very good. The court will enter a denial of the violations of probation, and we'll come back on November, next miscellaneous, November 14th at 9 a.m. Hopefully it'll be maybe some resolution, or we can proceed forward.
All right. Next one, Judge, I have procedural.
I'm going to interrupt you, Mr. Harper, because one of the defendants that I issued a capias on, DeMarco Smith, apparently was in the hallway. Mr. Smith, are you here? Come on up. We'll be very quick. So, Mr. Smith, you have a violation of probation that's been filed against you in 16 CF 1182. This is your first hearing. Because this is technically a new charge, you do have a right to have an attorney appointed. So my first question, do you wish to have an attorney appointed?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Does the state have an offer?
Yes, Judge, we'll be adopting probation's recommendation of a withhold, revoke and terminate, and convert all fines to a civil lien.
Okay. Did you understand that? Is that what you want to do? Can we get that? Can we paper that?
Certainly, Judge. It'll just take me a moment.
Okay. Can you hang with us just a little bit? We got to write it down, and then we'll bring you back, and you'll be on your way.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Mr. James, this is my last case for the day.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Judge,
Mr. Harper,
I
sorry.
do have one more. He's actually set for this morning. He was not transported. Grandison, it looks like he's going to be set for this afternoon. There's a weird...
I don't have it.
He's here?
Yeah, remember, but he's just on the...
He's on the afternoon.
Well, I think he's here, though. We have our afternoons here, too. Frank, you have Jody Grandison, for this afternoon.
You know, while we're figuring that out, can I take my one out of custody that's here?
Sure.
It's going to be Teresa Gore, Your Honor.
You're getting me confused. I'm doing different dockets here. What's yours? I'm sorry.
Teresa Gore, she should be number 19 on the docket, Your Honor.
Teresa Gore.
They were told that he was not needed.
Yes, Your Honor. I was appointed last time in court. I've been thinking with the state, Ms. Gore, we're going to ask the court to continue with this VOP without subpoenas for the court, another court date.
Okay. So we'll continue this matter until 11/14. November 14th at 9 a.m.
Okay, November 14th. Okay.
Okay, no worries. Your Honor, if I can bring up Mr. Grandison again.
Okay.
He is before the courts on...
I didn't have him on this morning's docket. Is he on this afternoon?
He should be this morning, but I didn't see him on the docket either, Judge. But it might be because it just happened from yesterday. It might be an add-on.
Yesterday evening.
So I emailed.
Yeah, you had to remind me of that we were into the evening. What? That's all right. Just give me a case number.
Yes, Judge. It is 23 CF 1788.
Okay.
If the court may recall, there was an issue yesterday with the following of the information. We're entering a plea to misdemeanors. I think what the state and I have subsequently discussed is that they are intending to transfer, I believe they've already initiated the process of transferring his cases into county court. And they're stipulating to his signature bond, and I have a proposed order here. So that should enable him to get out, and he'll just have to address that in county court, Judge. If I may approach on his case?
You may.
And I've shown this proposed order to the state.
That's correct, and we're stipulating to a signature bond. The main thing is we're not seeking any more jail time than he's already served. I certainly don't want him just waiting around for us to be able to get everything up to misdemeanor.
Very good. Based upon the state stipulation, the court will grant the motion and reduce the defendant's bond to be set at $1,000 signature bond.
Thank you, Judge. And so he does not need to be transported this afternoon.
Correct.
Is this per count?
Yes, ma'am. It's signature per count. And the only one I have remaining, Judge, is number 16 on the docket, Todd Hunt. He is present. The court may recall that this was an issue between Mr. Hunt and the bondsman with respect to a bond matter. That's not something that I have any position on. And I believe the state probably doesn't have a position either, but it is on the docket, and I believe the bondsman is present.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. May I approach the bench? I had an issue yesterday. I was trying to arrest him. And the issue I have is that we've settled. However, I just want to know that if I've never had this issue before. When I go to the court, I have, according to the statute, I can arrest him. But yesterday I was prevented from arresting him. And so I just want to know if I'm going to have that issue. I'm going by the statute. I've always been able to do that. But every court I go to, if I turn an individual in, it says that I have to have a certificate and to turn it into the sheriff department. I've always had, and this is my arrest, the certificate is my arrest. And if I'm going to have that, I just want to know, am I wrong? Because the statute says that I can.
State? Judge, the state's position is that this is a matter between the defendant and his bondsman, and I don't have a dog in this race, so I will be staying out of it.
And my position is saying this is a contractual matter between his bondsman and my clients. I can't really intervene or offer legal advice to either party with respect to this issue.
Okay. The statute states that I can arrest him as long as I turn him in with the certificate. That's exactly. I got 3 statutes here that states that, and I've always done it.
And the court will grant your request.
I beg your pardon?
The court will grant your request.
Yes, sir. But I'm not going to arrest him with the issue. We have resolved the issue. Okay. But I just wanted to make sure that...
No, you were on solid footing. You just wanted to make sure there wasn't anybody else that had any input into it.
Okay. Another thing, sir, is that when you allowed him to leave, I didn't know whether he was going to show up again or not.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, that's on him, you know. At this point, when you're not involved, then it's on him. He'll have to follow the same rules that, you know.
So the issue that I have is that am I allowed to arrest him in the court?
You're allowed to have him arrested pursuant to, just follow the statute. You understand, you're tracking with it. understand is that this doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I understand, Judge. I really understand.
Whenever somebody asks me to do something that's a little out of the normal, I usually take a step back and let everybody say their piece. Different when somebody gets out and gets arrested.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
Well, that's just the way I operate. I'm very cautious when you're dealing with an arrest, and it's unusual. As a matter of fact, this is the first time a bondsman, since I've been back on this docket for almost 2 years, I've not had a bondsman come in and ask for this request.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to make sure all the, what do they call it, cross your T's, dot your I's?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, sir. I'm 80 years old, and I'm not trying to go out there and fight with anybody. So if he comes to court, I'm going to turn him in.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have today.
Thank you.
Does Mr. Hunt have another court date?
Yes.
I think we continue to the December pretrial.
Thank you.
Okay. You got your next court date? Yes. Thank you.
I am going to need one on Jeffrey Grandison, where the bonds were stipulated.
We can set a control date. However, I believe the state's intending to transfer it to county courts, and it'll probably just be issued a new set of misdemeanor court dates.
Well, let's do
Like a date in November or something.
That's fine. You want to do a pre-trial or do a miscellaneous date?
Miscellaneous.
So we'll do the miscellaneous date on December 14th.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you. So we've got a few more cases here this morning, mostly the PD, but let's take a short break, our mid-morning break, so we can kind of stretch our legs. Do you need something before we do that?
Inclined to call Mr. Smith. He has his plea agreement in hand.
Sure. Yeah, let's get Mr. Smith done.
Mr. Smith, I'm just going to speak into the microphone directly. So I'm just going to repeat what I told you away from the microphone. So you have
recite the case number again.
That's correct. This is State Florida versus DeMarco Smith. Am I pronouncing that right? Case number 16 CF 1182. He's charged with 2 felony violations of probation. Referring to your plea and sentencing agreement, sir, you have these 2 felony violations of probation. What we're doing is you're pleading no contest. We'll be withholding adjudication, revoking and terminating your probation. All financial obligations are going to go to a civil lien. Okay? You understand that I do not represent you, correct? I represent the state of Florida. All right. And if everything looks good to you, I see that you signed it, so I'll sign it as well. Judge, may I approach?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Smith, let me raise your right hand. Let me just ask you a few questions. Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. So, this is a pretty straightforward agreement to the violation. We'll be able to continue to have a withhold of adjudication, which is good. And we'll just revoke and terminate probation, and financial obligations go to a civil lien. That's basically what we're doing. We're just moving stuff into a civil lien, and you're done with your probation. Is that your understanding of what you're wanting to do? Yes, sir. You believe it's in your best interest. You could fight this and go to a hearing, but you're waiving that right. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do you have a good license right now? Not right now. I just got to pay the reinstatement fee.
This is a suspended license.
Yeah.
And the defendant was originally adjudicated on this. I can put withhold for the VOP on it.
Right, withhold for the VOP.
But it
right.
was an original adjudication.
Right, we can't change that.
You know, if it's just a reinstatement fee, can we give him like 6 months to pay those? That way it doesn't.
That's what I was actually thinking of doing. Can you change this?
Certainly. Thank you, Judge. May I approach?
So all the fees and costs that you currently have outstanding, you'll have 6 months to pay them, and then it'll go to lien. The reason why your unpaid public defender just saves us some money, because what will happen is if you have those fees outstanding, the driver's license bureau will get wind of it and they'll suspend your driver's license.
So I'm just going to put all outstanding financial obligations convert to a civil lien after 6 months.
Is that good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good approach. Very good. Thank you. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's take that morning break. We'll come back in 9 minutes or so.
All right, thanks.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Back Home Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from Homes for Heroes. Check out amandasheroes.com for more information.
For more than 70 years, the sweet aroma of the Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs has permeated the downtown area. If you have not experienced the unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Islands burgers and hot dogs, then I encourage you to join us for lunch. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., Friday from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Days Tire Pros makes buying tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and a great selection of Michelin tires. No matter what you drive or where you have driven, Michelin has a tire to fit any need. Visit our store in Crestview or online at DaysTirePros.com. Tire Pros love the drive.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Check out the soaps, bath bombs, and other bath and body products, all made by hand with natural ingredients at Hub City Soapery. Visit us at 1092 North Verdon Boulevard in Crestview or shop online at hubcitysoapery.com. Hub City Soapery.
This is Tiffany Woodham, State Farm's newest agent in Crestview. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by my office for a no-cost policy review. Let me help you start saving today. Call in, walk in, or click in at yourcrestviewagent.com.
Alex Barthay from the UPS store once again, and I wanted to let you know about our Sunday hours. We're open now 7 days a week. Normal hours that you've been expecting, but now we're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and that's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
What can I help you with?
I think I was bit by a vampire.
This is definitely concerning, but I don't have any experience with vampire bites. I do, however, have training in accident investigation from the Florida Highway Patrol, and I'm proud to say that I've received many awards that... Hey, you feeling okay, buddy?
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
The Cottage Formalware, located at 648 North Wilson Street, has all your needs for looking your best. We have homecoming, prom, and pageant dresses. We have tux rental suits, vests, ties. Need something casual? We have that too. Shop Hometown First and visit us on Facebook at the Cottage Boutique and Formalware. We're located at 648 North Wilson Street. Call 850-682-2446.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Congratulations, Crestview's very own Dixie Dan Powell of Powell Injury Law, for your recent jury verdict of $11.5 million for your client from a death and injury against an inflatable amusement company. Recognized in 2017 as one of the top 100 civil trial lawyers in the state of Florida, and Dixie is AV preeminent rated. Dixie Dan Powell works tirelessly for his clients, as is evident by this extraordinary verdict. If you're taking your case to trial, be prepared. Contact Dixie Dan Powell and Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667.
Backroom Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since
21 CF 2758 and 21 CF 2761. I don't have an updated score sheet, so we'll have to get that later. But the score sheet should reflect a score of 19.8 months DOC.
So is this a downward departure?
Yeah, Mr. Hayes is going to be admitting the violation for the guideline sentence, so the guidelines would be 19.8 here. Successfully.
Okay. Would you give us the terms of the agreement?
Yes, sir. Mr. Hayes is going to be made a violation before the court in 21 CF 2758, 21 CF 2761. To be adjudicated guilty in all counts and cases. In 21 CF 2758, I didn't write the 8 there, when we won't terminate his probation. Sentence to 19.8 months Department of Corrections concurrent with credit for all time served. The states agreed to additional pressure credit for time spent in the Keaton program. He went the program on May 12th, 2022, completed the program on November 14th, 2022, for a total of 187 days. That will be on top of the credit that he gets for time spent in custody. $100 cost of prosecution, $150 defender fee. And then 21 CF 2761, same term, true local term of probation. 19.8 months Department of Corrections at count 1, time served at count 2, additional incarcerated credit for 187 days with time spent in Keaton, $100 class prosecution, $100 defender fee. I didn't put it on right now, but if Mr. Hayes could have 24 months from his release to pay those as well.
So stated in agreement.
That's correct.
Okay, sir, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement, and as he was reading off, I realized that that's the same one that's in the written agreement, that he's adding just a couple words to it, and he'll let you look at it. But you've signed that plea agreement, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you gone over it with your attorney, make sure you understand the terms?
Yes,
because it does have some legal ramification. Obviously, it's sentencing you to a minimum incarceration, a minimum guidelines incarceration, with credit for time served, including the time which is unique in the Keaton program.
Yes, sir.
But you do, by entering this plea agreement here, you're waiving the right to contest it. You have the right, standing here today, to say, no, this is all wrong, I want to go to a hearing. You're waiving that here today in order to have this plea agreement. You believe this is in your best interest to enter into this agreement, even though it's includes a DOC sentence?
Yes, sir, I'm ready to get it all over with.
Okay. And you've had all your legal questions, you feel like you understand your different legal options, etc.?
Yes, sir, I am satisfied.
Did anybody threaten or coerce you to enter into this?
No, sir.
So you're entering this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement as set forth here today. And on both counts there will be a revoke and termination of probation. So when you get out of your DOC, you're done. No more probation. But the court is sentencing you today to 19.8 months DOC in both counts, both the two felony counts. And they will be served concurrently. So you run at the same time.
Yes, sir.
You will get credit for all time served, including the incarcerative credit for the time you spent at the Keaton program that's outlined in this. Okay. There are certain fees and costs, and of course, always, you'll have 24 months to pay those, and it'll go to collection.
Yes.
Okay, any questions?
I've got a misdemeanor charge as well.
You have a misdemeanor charge, and that's being credit for time served, that's done.
That's dead too, but I won't have to go to court.
There's a new misdemeanor charge he's got that I'm gonna reach to Ms. Brackus today and email her and say, hey, we've resolved it, get that done as soon as she can.
Okay, because I got a court date for November 8th.
Let me back up and change that. I was looking at the misdemeanor violation of probation. I thought that's what you were referring to. There's another charge that's not in this agreement, and right now I don't have anything to do with it.
Okay.
So you got to deal with that separately.
Okay.
So that,
yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay. Does that affect anything? That doesn't affect what you're doing here today?
Okay, no, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
So I'm making that note right now.
You do have, even though you just entered into this agreement, you do have 30 days to appeal it.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Devontae Hill.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hill should be number 21 on the docket. He's here for arraignment in 21 CF 568. If we can enter a denial in Mr. Hill's case, the state and I are talking about a potential sentence. If we can bring him back on Monday, they need to run the score sheet to make sure it's accurate, and we should be able to get a resolution on Monday.
On Monday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll come back on docket day 10/16, which is Monday, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In the morning.
You know, this is Mr. Antoine Rogan approaching. We have a plea agreement to be filed in his case.
Right.
May I approach?
You may.
It's going to be a modification, so it'll be those worksheet filed in this time.
Okay, thank you. Would you announce the terms of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rogan's going to enter an admission to a violation in 19 CF 2859. He was previously adjudicated. We're going to modify and reinstate his supervision, sentence to time served, complete the original requirements, added condition of anger management course, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 defender fee. His mother is here, and I did explain to her that when he is released, he will need to check in probation today and then go back to Bay County where they reside.
Very good. Mr. Rogan, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you heard your attorney, you put your hand down. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. And is that your understanding of what the agreement is? I see it's in the written plea agreement that you signed. So have you read this, and is this what you've agreed to?
Yes, sir.
You gone over it with your attorney, made sure you had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
This is a pretty straightforward deal. We're going to modify and reinstate probation. You'll get credit for time served. The only change is you have your original requirements on your probation. The only change is the anger management course. You're willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
And then there's, of course, they always get you for more fees and costs. Any questions, concerns? You do realize this will be a final adjudication. You're waiving the right to go to a hearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you believe this is in your best interest to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, modify and reinstate probation, credit for time served, complete original requirements with the addition of the additional fees and the anger management course. Okay, good luck.
All right, thank you. Miss Caitlin Scrivani in the cases 17 CF 1735, 18 CF 286. At this time, Your Honor, we're going to ask the court to continue the VOP hearing without subpoenas. My expectation is either a plea or evidentiary hearing requested next cycle.
Very good. The court will continue this matter until November 14th at 9 a.m.
I'll continue.
Thank you.
Andrea Taylor.
Your Honor, this is Miss Andrea Taylor in case number 21 CF 2166, scheduled for a VOP arraignment. At this time, we're going to enter a denial on the VOP, and that's that it be continued without subpoenas.
Very good. The court will enter a denial on your behalf, and the court will continue this matter until November 14th at 9 a.m. Okay?
All right. I'll come see you now, Andrea. And the last one I've got on this morning's docket, Your Honor, is going to be Shannon Geary. Should be number 25. She's here in 21 CF 2773. At this time, if we can continue Ms. Geary's case without subpoenas. She is being screened for drug court. We're trying to get that worked out. We're working on an address verification. And then the state is going to take a look at the out-of-state charges for me because I think those were dismissed, which should lower the score sheet as well.
Very good. So the court will continue this matter until 11/14, November 14th at 9 a.m. So you continue to work out some of these details. Thank you.
Judge, I don't have anything else for you this morning. May I be excused until we have.
Thank you.
I'll hang out just in case, Your Honor.
Medina,
He popped in and then popped right back out, Your Honor.
Which one?
Mr. Medina.
Mr. Medina.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back.
Is Ms. Sharpless?
I think she's in the hall. Can I go grab her?
Yes, sir.
I think
I appreciate it.
They may be talking.
Yeah, they were together. And our booking officer just took some down and turned some up, so.
Get up and stretch.
Jerry Estopinol, who is a female. Okay. And Miss Sharpless and I were in the middle of that conversation. Okay. But other than that, I'm ready to proceed.
We're ready for all of Mr. Medina's, other than Caleb Boone and
Let's see. Thank you, sir.
Can I get an affirmation that you're ready? Yeah, if you want Ron to do it first, that's fine. It's not one of the ones. He just can't see.
Yeah,
Stuff on it. I think you have Ron to do it.
Ms. Belch? To the left here, Ms.
What is this case?
This is 21 CF970. I don't have anything to continue.
Is that it? Yeah, we need to grab me at the beginning of the next document, so we can at least address that.
I'm thinking it's SBRDOY.
Here, get this. Oh, should we, I'm sorry, we just need, this gentleman thinks he's got some business. We're just trying to.
SBRAD.
How do you spell your name? How do you spell
S-P-R-A-D. All right, first name Stephen.
Yes.
You're supposed to be before Judge Mason on November 13th. I'm showing that you were in court on September 12th. You put in a not guilty plea and were given notice. Do you have your notice? That's the only information I have, sir.
So you're not in this court today? Thank you. I'm sorry.
Sir. They told you to come here?
She said it.
Okay.
If you could call Ms. Trigas, your attorney, the public defender.
Let me give you a card, sir. Okay? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So you call her at that number.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Medina.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may announce.
Thank you, Your Honor. Steve Medina with Natalie Ann Belch, B-E-L-C-H-E, docket 27, 22 CF 1065 and 22 CF 3155. At this time, Ms. Belch would like to deny the VOP. We're working on some issues. I would ask to continue this to a VOP not evidentiary at 9 a.m. time slot.
Very good. Court will enter the denial and continue this matter until November 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We have Bobbin or Bayless.
I think the female might be out there, Your Honor. Good. Your Honor, Steve Medina with Rhonda Michelle DeWitt. She's docket 37, 23 CF 688. And at this time, I would like to deny her VOP. Could we put this on 9 a.m. on November 14, Your Honor?
The court will deny this and court will come back on November 14th. Continue this till November 14th, 9 a.m.
Yeah, sounds great. That may be all the females right now.
What about Jerry Lynn?
Yes, Your Honor, that's the individual that we're trying to work out something.
Okay.
I think we're going to work her case out, but we just need a few more minutes.
What about Leah Jasna Perillas?
I asked, and
she's here.
Oh, she's out of custody. Good, good. You're out of custody. I was looking for her back there. Let me. Didn't know where you were. I'm glad you're out of custody. Yeah, I should have known that. You're fine. That's fine. It's just I've got a lot of files, and I bet you did. And you were marked on my cheat sheet as being in jail, but that was just an error on my part. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Your Honor, Steve Medina with Leah J. Perillas. How do you say it?
Perillas.
Okay, thank you. She's docket 40, 21 CF 1074. And Your Honor, she would like to enter denial, and I'm going to give her my card to set up a meeting to talk
Very
about
good.
her options.
So we'll enter denial on your behalf, and then we'll continue until November 14th at 9 a.m.
Okay,
In
thank
the
you.
interim, talk, get together with your attorney and look at your options.
Okay. Jonathan Bailey's appointment. Okay, we're good. Thank you, ma'am.
Jonathan Bailey. Mr. Day, you can come forward.
One moment, if you don't mind, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Bayless, who's before the court docket 2621 CF 2102, would like to enter denial. He's being evaluated by a couple of facilities, and if we could just continue into a non-evidentiary time slot.
Very good. We'll deny the VOP, and we'll continue this matter until November 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christopher Bobbin.
Your Honor, Christopher Ralph Bobbin is approaching docket 28, 21 CF 917, 21 CF 993, 21 CF 152, 23 CF 657, and 23 CF 667. I've spoken with Assistant State Attorney Sharpless. She's agreed to keep a plea to the bench cap agreement and offer pending. He's being evaluated for something, and we do need a little more time for that. Could we put him on November 14th, 9 a.m. to see where we are? Because depending on that process and one other thing, we may be able to work it out then.
Very good. So we'll continue this matter, allow you to continue to work on it until we'll come back on November 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Spencer Bodiford.
May I advise Mr. Bodiford of something? Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Bodiford would like to deny the VOP, and if we could continue him to 9 a.m. on November 14, Your Honor.
Very good. The court will enter a denial on your behalf, and we'll come back on a continuation on November 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Caleb Boone.
We did need to wait on Boone because we're trying to write this out. This is Mr.
Bradley.
Yes, Mr. Bradley. Your Honor, Steve Medina with Eugene Q. Bradley and docket 31, 22 CF 1274, 22 CF 1940, and 23 CF 473. At this time, Mr. Bradley is going to enter denial, and if we could, just for status purpose, put this on 11/14 at 9 a.m., Your Honor.
Very good. The court will enter denial, and we'll continue this matter until 11/14.
That's right. May I have just a moment with Mr. Brantley? I'm sorry. Steve Medina with Tyrone Brantley, 23 CF 1992. We're here on a bond motion, Your Honor. I would also note that he is on the afternoon arraignment docket. We can go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty on that if that's permitted. That was, I think we have an information. I don't have it in my file, but Assistant State Attorney Sharpless says it's been filed, so we'll just enter a plea of not guilty on that, if that's okay.
Okay.
I don't have him on the docket for other cases. What other cases is he here for?
It's just this case, ma'am. He's on the arraignment docket for this case on the afternoon. He's on the morning for the bond and the afternoon for the arraignment in this case.
He's entering a not guilty plea and he's already scheduled to come back on the pretrial?
Yes, Your Honor. He's already scheduled, but it was 12/11. I think it should be changed to 12/13 in the event that he
We'll do 12/13 pending what.
Right, and if he could, depending on the bond thing, he can always come on the 13th.
Sure.
Okay, Your Honor, may I proceed on the bond motion for bond reduction?
You may.
Mr. Brantley, Your Honor, has been incarcerated since August 30, 2023. He's not able financially to pay the $12,000 bond. I'm going to have him testify in a minute to his financial capabilities, but I believe that he would need to post a signature bond if the court would permit that. He represents that he is gainfully employed, or at least was prior to coming to jail, in 2 jobs, I believe. He's lived in this area, I think, his whole life. And if we might proceed with some testimony, Your Honor.
You may.
You need to be sworn.
Sir, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Counsel?
Okay, Mr. Brantley, without talking about the facts of your case, I want the court to hear your testimony on a few things, okay? What is your financial capability to post bond? Are you able to post a $12,000 bond?
No, sir.
Are you able to post any kind of cash or professional bond?
No, sir.
You don't have any savings or anything now? Anybody you could borrow the money from?
The guy I was working for, I worked for like 2-3 days a week, installing windows and screen doors and stuff.
But you don't think he would be able to loan you money, or would you be able to get some money for a cash bond?
No, he went through a legal problem also.
Okay.
So
all right, we don't need to get into that. That's kind of a side issue. Where are you employed prior to coming to jail?
Blue Star Gas and Wendy's part-time at night.
Okay. Were they both part-time jobs? Okay. And what did you do for the glass company?
I was assistant. He's professional with installing windows.
Okay. And is that auto or home?
No, it's homes.
Okay. And the Wendy's is the delicious
Dishwasher.
sandwich shop. Okay. Hamburger shop. Okay. How long have you lived in this area?
All my life, I'm born in Hagen.
Okay. Will you come to court if you get bond?
Of course.
Okay. Why should the judge why should the court have confidence that you'll come to court if
Because
you're given that
I
opportunity?
never missed a court date, even though I've been to the hospital, and on one incident, I was at the hospital, and they issued an FTA, but I still showed up.
Okay. Now, without getting into the facts of your case, are you having some medical issues, or were you having some medical issues in the recent past? And is there anything about your health you need to tell the judge, or want to tell the judge?
I do have seizures, and not being medicated while I'm in there. I explained to them that I was allergic to the medication that they had prescribed me, and they still haven't did anything for me. So I'm just lingering on medical issues.
Is it for seizures?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to inform?
So you're saying you have a prescription for seizures,
but I'm allergic to them.
But you're allergic to them?
Dilatin, and also
I don't know. Don't give me the name of them because I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't know what them. But you're saying you have a prescription, but you're allergic to them?
Yes, they took me off the prescription because it was causing hives where I break out.
Okay. Well, you have, so you're not, and you didn't, what you're saying is you don't have any prescription
I
for
actually
seizures.
prescribed a different type of medication for seizures. No.
There doesn't appear to be a good medical option, medication treatment for your seizure issue?
Before we were going, I was put in for Bridgeway. Bridgeway was going to help me get my hospital because being homeless, and the guy that I'm in here for, I was living with him first, for a little while.
Where will you live if you get out? Would you have a place to go if you were to get a signature bond?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you go?
28 Miller Street.
Okay, who lives there?
My girlfriend.
Is there anything else? Your Honor, does the court have any other questions? I'm sorry for cutting in.
No. Ms. Sharpless, any questions?
I don't have any questions for the defendant, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Medina? No further evidence, Your Honor, just argument.
Okay. Do you have any, first of all, do you have any witnesses, Ms. Sharpless?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Just want to make arguments? Hold on. If we're going to the argument phase, let the defendant do the arguments first, and then you can respond.
Your Honor, I'm happy to just respond to what Ms. Sharpless says, just to save time. But basically, I think that on the financial side, that he's not capable of posting the $12,000 bond. I think he's testified he would come to court. I don't think there's any reason to question that he would come to court like he's required to. I don't have anything further at this time, Your Honor.
Your Honor, at this time, the state does oppose a reduction in his bond, Your Honor. This stemmed from an incident that happened outside of a convenience store. The defendant and the victim are alleged to have had a scuffle over use of a cell phone and returning the cell phone. The victim was hit with a cigarette stand outside of the door for where people put their cigarette butts out. Also in this process, the victim did have some injuries. I think there were some injuries to the teeth, to the face. The store was damaged because of the scuffle, because the scuffle went inside the store. So the defendant is charged with possession of a controlled substance, which he allegedly was found with a controlled substance on him after he was arrested for the battery and the criminal mischief. So he did cause damage to a store. He did injure a victim, Your Honor. In addition, the state does believe that the bond that is set is appropriate because Mr. Brantley does have prior batteries. He has a prior battery on a law enforcement officer, or 2 prior batteries on law enforcement officer, at least 1 prior felony battery, and at least 2 prior simple batteries, which are the subject of the prior felony battery and this felony battery. Your Honor, he also has been charged with possession of a controlled substance before, Your Honor, so the state is concerned that he is picking up similar charges to the things that he has been charged with before. And also, again, I think it's of note that Mr. Brantley's criminal history does score him for prison alone. So he scores 51 points in prior history on his score sheet, Your Honor.
Mr. Medina, do you have any final remarks?
Your Honor, the only thing I wanted to point out without trying to pre-argue the case is that the alleged victim, it's my understanding, is incarcerated at Okaloosa County Jail on charges of his own that have nothing to do with this, to my knowledge. And that would also factor in.
How does that come into play?
Basically, there's not going to be a question of contact. He's going to be right now, at least. There could be a
What's the relevance of the victim being in the county jail? Does that have something to do with this case?
No, it doesn't. But what the relevance is to my argument, it's another factor that contact with an alleged victim.
If he gets out, if he has contact with the victim.
Right. It's not a question of that he'd be going over to the gentleman's house or living with him or seeing him on the streets, or at least at this point in time.
I didn't understand your relevance. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Sure.
Sir. Nothing further on that.
Okay. Well, certainly, the court would have to agree with the state that the bond amounts are reasonable based on the history. When we set bond amounts, they're both the severity of the charges as well as the history of the defendant. And based on those two factors combined together, the similarity of the counts, prior history, and the seriousness of the counts themselves, the court will deny the motion to modify the bond.
Your Honor, he's on pretrial conference day of December 13th, so that would be his next day.
Correct.
Your Honor, he's still under oath. Is there, could the court permit him to say whatever? Is there anything further?
Well, as a general rule, I give people a chance to talk what they want. However, I made my ruling.
Yes, sir.
So.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember me, back in 2010, Judge Flowers, who's my lawyer, he had just been elected judge. I came back fully in appeal. The fact was that the state attorney's office had mistakenly put Anthony Wood Brown file with my file, so some of the battery charges that she mentioned are not my charges.
So your attorney can raise that issue specifically.
I tried to raise it, but he stopped me from saying what I need to say. So,
okay, Your Honor, I hear it, but we can't just.
She's bringing up charges that don't even belong to me.
Okay.
And I really
Ms. Medina, listen to me. Ms. Medina, I apologize. No. Stop, let me talk. Ms. Medina, if there's any additional information that you need to have brought before the court, you're welcome to do so.
Right, Your Honor. I may have some information relating to his prior record, or if there are any indiscrepancies. I know that he will write me about that and inform me what they are.
Okay. So I've been an extra 5 years behind this. And Judge Flowers, and I repeat,
Mr. Bradley, we're here on this hearing primarily.
She's bringing up what was mistakenly put in my record. I'm suing y'all for that.
Mr. Medina.
They were filed this morning. They may just not. If you want me to, I will bring copies for.
Right.
I'll take
Yeah, sorry about that. How you doing, sir? Good morning. Good morning, sir. Mr. Medina.
I'm sorry, this is Mr.
Stephen
C. Briley, number 33 on the docket, 18 CF 2259. Your Honor, I'm going to, on his behalf, deny the BOP. I would like to set it, I'd like to do two things. Number one is inform the court I anticipate a bond motion. This gentleman has been living in Louisiana. The probation was being supervised in Louisiana. I think there may be some information that would be helpful to the prosecutor and this state probation. He's going to give me those details. If we could put this on November 14, he'll try to get me that information as soon as possible. I also might be, because of the particulars of the situation, he thinks he's going to lose his house and job and so forth. I'm probably going to be filing a bond motion in the event that we don't work things out for the evidentiary hearing, for the BOP on non-evidentiary on November 14.
Sure. So the court will enter a denial on behalf of Mr. Briley, and will continue until 11/14. If you get a bond motion, assuming, the only thing, Mr. Medina, if it's a bond motion you anticipate on a witness and stuff, it would have to be in the afternoon. But we're going to place it in the morning. If you have a bond, we can handle the bond motion in the morning on the 14th.
I don't think there would be witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. So.
I can't talk.
We've got to get a motion filed before we talk about a bond reduction.
Say this way, Mr. Bradley. Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Good luck.
Terrence Cole. Your Honor, Steve Medina with Terrence Michael Cole. I have it down as two places on the docket, 1 and 34. I may be incorrect on that, but he's before the court in 23 CF 942, 23 CF 1388. And there's a new case that I think might be on the afternoon docket of 23 CF 2158.
Hold on.
Oh, no, that I think that's coming up November. He has a November arraignment, maybe, on that new case, 23 CF 2158.
Is 2158, Madam Clerk, is that by any chance that they had the information filed on it? If it is, we can handle it today. So go ahead with regards to the BOPs.
Yes, Your Honor. He will deny the BOPs. I'm sorry for my confusion. He'll deny the BOPs in 23 CF 1388 and 23 CF 942, and I would ask to continue those cases to November 14th, plea day, and 23 CF 2158.
Very good. The court will deny both the new VOPs, and will continue the matter until 11/14 at 9 a.m. to give you a chance to consult.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on. The new case, no information has been filed, so we can't take a plea at this point. So I was going to just enter it, so we'll come back on the regular when it's scheduled for.
We may be able to reach a resolution verbally on that date in the morning. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Jarrett Lee Dawson Jr. in 23 CF 212 and 23 CF 1094. At this time, I apologize, Judge. May I consult my notes? May I discuss this with the state, Your Honor, Judge? I got a little confused. Dawson, I don't know if I can talk about Dawson. Your Honor, we'll deny. Mr. Dawson would like to enter denial. We haven't been able to work out the case today, but we may be able to reach a resolution November 14th. I'm sorry, Ted?
That's all right. I wanted to make sure I had that you had already previously identified the case. So we'll enter denial and we'll continue this matter until 11/14 at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Boone, the attorney client for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Looks like they're going to need a break.
What about Dawson? Yeah, those are all, you guys still.
We just had Dawson, Your Honor, and
Dawson we just had.
Yes, Your Honor. So I think I just have Estopinal, who's a female, and then Mr. Boone.
And what about Sebastian Caleb Orr?
I thought he was in jail. That's what my assistant's note was.
It's got it here that it's not in jail on my list.
He's not on the transport list.
I have not checked
Your Honor, I think Mr. Moore might be in jail in another county.
Or does probation have any information on that?
Look it up right now, Your Honor.
Thank you. Because he's on probation, that'll happen.
Yes, Your Honor. I was going to look and see if
Your Honor, it looks like in Santa Rosa County, sorry, Judge, I'm not speaking. Santa Rosa County sounded correct to me. And it does look like Mr. R was booked in Santa Rosa County Jail on September the 5th. And it says no bond probation violation, so I don't know if he's still in Santa Rosa County Jail or...
I'm showing the same thing, he's still in Santa Rosa County.
Yeah.
So you just want to continue it, enter a denial and continue it out, Mr. Medina?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm anticipating a resolution is very likely for him, but you don't know the next court date over there. So, would the court mind putting it on November 14, just in case he gets here in time? Because I think we have a very likely deal for modification.
Good. We'll come back on the 14th, and if he's...
Modification for him.
But
we can bring him back on the 14th and see if he's come back over here yet.
Okay, well, appeal reputation is community control.
Okay, so we'll continue to 11/14 for Mr. Orr. And as it relates to the other ones, we had one other one, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
It's been
Yes, Mr. Keandre Deshaun Daniels was docket 35, 23 CF 1707. My information, and this is Mr. Roscoe's case, he's not here right now, but my understanding is that Mr. Daniels is in federal custody.
Okay, so we've got Ms. Estepinal and Mr. Booth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll take a break, let the bailiff know when you're ready, and I will be standing by and they will call.
Your Honor, may I say one other thing? Sure. Just if it's helpful to the court or security, courtroom security, if it's advantageous to just carry those two people to the afternoon rather than keep the court up in the air, I can do it either way, Your Honor.
That's fine. Why don't we just bring it back at 1:30?
Okay.
Would that work better?
Sure. It's really up to you.
No, that's good.
And then I'll work with Ms. Sharpless, Your Honor, and then we'll just let I'll talk to the inmates after lunch.